We are back in the Agony booth. Hello and welcome to the Captain's Quadrant. This week in the Agony booth, we are looking at Tattoo. I'll keep going. We are looking at some of the least memorable episodes of Star Trek. And of course, joining me this week is VHS Chase and Jason Roy Gaston. Gentlemen.
Hello.
Both. What's going on, guys? What's up? What's new?
You made me come here. That's what's up.
Well, I mean,
yeah, Jason's deathly ill, and then Joe got on Messenger and started calling him things that was so upsetting. I started to cry just as a witness.
I would never do that.
Made Jason come online.
He was sending me messages. I didn't even see them. Oh my god!
Yeah,
you don't even know my mom.
Yeah, I know.
Why would you say
I'm gonna have
this?
to shower after reading.
My
well, my mom
have you know they were perfectly happily married.
Well, my mom's watching, so she'll definitely say something.
I don't think that's going to be anatomically possible.
If you didn't know, we are talking about Star Trek Voyager Tattoo. And
the plane.
It is one of probably the hardest to watch episodes of Star Trek Voyager to me. But we will give Jason Roy Gaston his moment to give us a synopsis.
Guess what I didn't do?
This is your big moment.
I'm sorry, I've been a little busy today trying not to die. You know, I've actually got IMDb open.
It's a pretty easy one.
You
have to look it up, do you?
No.
You just
let's see here. While on an away mission, Chakotay finds symbols and structures similar to the ones he saw when he was 15 on an expedition with his father on Earth, 70,000 light years away.
All right, well, let us hop into...
Are you going to name the? I'm waiting to hear.
I took a deep breath and was like,
couldn't remember, and you were hoping I was just going to click the button. Gotcha.
I usually just let us hop into, and then the thing goes. So it's like, oh, he's going to actually say it. So it's like, all right,
it's always a pleasure to be working with such a tight running, organized show.
No, we're good. It's just messing with me. All right, VHS Chase, WTF did we just watch?
Yeah, we watched, even though you've already kind of said just a much boring episode to watch, on a show called The Agony Booth, where we've watched some pretty severely bad television. I didn't find this bad at all, actually. Wow. Like for a Chakotay episode, which usually means death, right? Entertainment death.
Mm-hmm.
This one wasn't too bad, even though I thought Robert Beltran was hamming it up quite a bit. It wasn't too bad. What saves it for me is the B plot with the Doctor. What a gift Robert Picardo is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like the fact that he does that performance, it made the episode worth it. You imagine being a writer on Voyager and having to write for him. It must have been just so awesome, knowing that he'd be able to handle it, you know? So, yeah, I like the B plot. And the A plot, yeah, although a bit predictable and could be slightly offensive.
Could be.
We'll talk about that a little bit on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the worst thing in the world. Give it a 6 out of 10. If we were
6 out of 10, no, that's generous. All right,
which isn't bad for a Voyager.
That's not bad. Yeah. Jason Roy Gaston.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. Certainly not a classic by any means, but the Doctor story is not only funny and cute, and I know this is going to be such a strange thing to say, but it's probably the best Kess that we ever got. Because you kind of see her being her normal, boring, supportive, sounding board against the Doctor. And then she just pulls like the most devious crap behind his back. And I don't know. I just love the whole, yes, the Doctor's going to be sick for another 40 minutes. It wouldn't have been fair if you knew when it was going to end. And that was and she just walks out. Yeah. And I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I wish we could have seen more of that because, again, unpopular opinion, I think Jennifer Lynn deserved better than what they gave her. And she certainly delivered more than what she got in the end. And just watching this, I miss Kes. I
Aw.
do. I miss her. And, no hate towards Jerry Ryan. No hate towards Jerry Ryan at all. I love Jerry Ryan. But I always wonder what would have happened if Kes would have stuck around, and how much better things would have gone for Jennifer Lynn if she had stuck around. And it always kind of makes me sad.
Yeah.
I thought this was extremely boring. I did enjoy the B plot more, but oh my goodness, this whole Chakotay and the what do you call it? The racial proliferation that they're doing of the Native Americans or the South Americans in that planet, and the planet that he remembers in the past that he experienced with, I'm assuming it's his father. I was so bored. I actually literally fell asleep, and I had to wake up and go, oh let me watch this again. Because
so you just didn't watch the episode then as well?
No, I watched the whole thing. It just, I had to watch it twice.
You watched it in little pieces, like, oh yeah, I watched this.
The whole thing, but it was like half that I walked out. It watched me a lot more than I watched
in an Applebee's. You watch Star Trek in an Applebee's on a TV that you could barely hear.
I think that's a better way to watch this episode. My God. Oh, that was tough. That was a tough one. Yeah, I just thought that it was very awkward that they would go, on the path they did for this particular episode. And it is apparently some stargazers. I feel like it kind of leads into the ancient alien theory a lot. It leans heavily on that, because the theory is that ancient aliens came to the Native Americans, and that's why they were able to build such monumentous pyramids and things all over the globe. And rather than they were just really smart people, and they could build it on their own. So
it's like, how many different ways can you stack rocks exactly?
Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah.
So that always annoyed me. I do like the mythos of ancient alien theory, but trying to put it into science fiction, into science facts, is kind of boring to me.
Honestly, I didn't mind it in this episode, though. And forgive me for interrupting you. I can expand on that later, but I didn't mind it in this episode.
Oh wow! All right. Well, that's probably your redeeming features. But all right.
Yeah,
well,
I'll wait for that. It's fine.
Okay.
You go right ahead.
Do we want to say hi to folks before we move on, Jace?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, let's say hi to our friends here in the chat. We've got Ellie. Hi. What's up? It's so good to see you.
Yes. Good to speak to you.
Yeah.
Again.
Good to see you. We're going to say hi to my mama. Hi, Ma. Cosmic Mom. And she has Teddy. Teddy is
Cosmic Mom.
I can hear him barking at me now.
No. He is on an amazing adventure. He's in Spain right now. So
Teddy's in Spain?
Oh, Teddy's in Spain. Yes.
She took the dog, man.
Your dog? Teddy is in Spain?
Yeah, Teddy's in Spain. Yeah. His handler.
Back up.
Yeah.
Your dog,
yes,
the yapping wonder, is in Spain,
That's
country across the ocean.
Across the ocean. Yeah.
I like this arrangement. Keep him there.
Yeah.
He's like, now I will come visit you.
In case anyone's watching live and doesn't know who Teddy is.
Yes, that is Teddy.
Just a recap for everyone.
Yeah, very fast.
I still have scratches and bites on my half of my calves that have not healed up from eating that swamp Satan.
He is rather rambunctious, I must say. He was calling you guys. He just wanted you to hear it.
Cujo was a little rambunctious. Your dog is evil.
Yeah, that's right. Greetings and
salutations, my figure universe. Good to see you. Hello, sci-fi queens.
Hello, sci-fi Anita, I would suggest.
Yeah, I would suggest so. I'm going to need to check your wheel and see what you've got on there or what you've watched, but I watched an episode of Enterprise that I think that really needs to go on the list.
Oh, please
tell us what it is.
Please tell us what it is.
All right. Hello, friends of the Moon of Jal from somewhere else. That is a good friend, D-Man. Make sure you watch the very deep dive with Jace. Yeah. And that is it for the hellos. Let us move on to why were they doing that? The fart every time.
Honestly, I think it's Michael Dorn's the look on his face when he's getting electrocuted, because it's not even it's not even a regular grimace. He's doing this weird square thing with his mouth, like
yeah.
And you know the director told him to do that, and Dorn was like, "Are you sure?" Are you sure you want me to do that? You have seen these teeth, right?
Took me hours to put them in. Yes.
It's a paycheck. I don't care.
VHS Jace. Why would they do that?
Oh, I think they were trying to attempt something like you said about Ancient Aliens, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
But I learned a few things from this episode.
Oh,
So, which was really great. No, absolutely. Like the fact that Chakotay's dad is, well, isn't he basically Khan meets Indiana Jones?
God, yeah, it is.
That was a bit on the nose. I thought the dad didn't work for me.
Nope, not at all. Terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, he was a weak link in it because he was so one note. And the other thing I learned is, as you were talking about with the Ancient Aliens, about an alien comes to a native people and then gives it technology. I think the other issue with it is the fact that it ends up being Elaine's boss from Seinfeld.
Oh, wow. I was wondering where that guy was from. I was like,
Fuck me the whole episode, but that's Elaine's boss. He ends up taking over top of the muffin. He steals her idea.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
He's a
right.
billionaire off of a muffin top. Yeah. Unbelievable.
The other thing I wanted to say is I had a very hard time watching this episode this week.
Me
And
too.
I've got a couple of pictures too, because it wasn't on Paramount Plus here in Australia.
Oh.
Really?
Check this image out. I've got episode 8, and it goes straight to episode 10.
They know.
They know.
What is about that? Mind you, watching
Code of Honor
is not a problem. Yeah, that's
It's interesting.
That's not a problem.
Code of
But
Honor.
that episode was removed. I ended up having to watch it on Netflix.
Wow. It's first of all interesting that you have Netflix with Star Trek. That's cool. And second of all, it's interesting that Code of Honor is number 4 because over here it's number 3.
Ah, there you go. They actually. Oh well, I don't have the screen cap. I can't actually show you right now. But they break it into part 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2.
Oh, wow.
The Naked now being episode 3. But what the hell? And I tried Googling it. I don't know if anyone knows out there, but I tried to Google it why it wasn't there and I couldn't get a response. So I thought it's got to be cultural sensitivity reasons.
Yes, I can dive.
It has to be, right?
Yeah, I have some notes if you are interested. And then we'll get into Jason's thoughts on this.
But I should other things I did like about the episode. Again, Robert Picardo's performance, fantastic. The whole Robert Beltran is probably at his peak at playing Chakotay in this.
Yeah.
And that isn't a high bar.
Oh,
but at least he was giving it a crack in this episode.
Right.
So, and that's where I'll leave it.
All right. The advisor the production hired to develop the Chakotay character was fake. Gemma K. Highwater. Reportedly, Beltran was infuriated with the stereotypical way his character was written, and it's not hard to see why. His spiritual episodes tend to come across like the notorious TNG Code of Honor. But TNG was aware that episode. Yeah, right. But TNG was aware that episode was an embarrassing disaster. In the case, it stemmed from the director being flat out racist, who was fired for that reason. Unfortunately, Voyager never realized the advisor was fake, so the show got multiple Code of Honor episodes. So
wow.
So
I don't know if this episode is anywhere near that league.
No, I don't think it's that terrible, but it's just boring, and it's just a lot of the pseudo, cultural stuff is just dumb.
Yeah,
you mean a Coochie Moya is not a real thing?
No.
Actually, I wonder if anybody's out there live. Could they, if you're in the US, can you watch the episode on Paramount Plus?
Yes, I can.
Because you did. Is that what you're saying?
I did.
Yes. You watched it?
Yes.
How did you watch it, Joe?
It's a fake. No, I watched it on Paramount Plus. It was not a problem.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's
so
an
it's just Australians.
Maybe you guys actually have the proper respect for the native cultures.
We're Australians. You think we got respect anything?
Never know.
Now it's uber weird.
Anyway. All right, Jason Roy Gaston.
Why did they do that? I think they were so desperate to give Chakotay not only character, because he didn't have any at the time. I think once they took him off the ship, off the Maquis ship, and put him on Voyager, basically everything that made his character exciting vanished in a couple of episodes. So then they had to justify why they decided to make him indigenous. And they swung and missed every single time, a lot because of the fake consultant and just a variety of reasons. I still maintain that Robert Beltran is a terrible actor who just never seemed he never seemed interested in any of the parts that he was given on the show. And part of me wonders why he was even on there. But I will say, I think the reason why Robert Beltran seems reasonably decent in this episode is because the person that they got to play young Chakotay was 20 times worse. Holy heck.
True.
Yeah,
Now,
it was pretty bad. Yeah.
I know I usually have a policy of not punching down at child actors, but Douglas Spain, Douglas Spain has had a very long and storied career, and he was actually in some very well-received movies. He was in a movie called Hollywood Maps a long time ago, or Maps of Hollywood, I can't remember. But he has the talent. He can act. I don't know why he chose not to here, because every delivery can be summed up like this. Come, Chakotay, let us go meet the sky spirits. What was that, Chakotay? You just don't respect our values. Every single line is so monotone and without passion and without purpose. I will say he does sound like a 15-year-old boy, though.
Yeah.
Because he's whining every single line.
Yeah.
And I totally believe that was young Chakotay.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I did some math because they have a very strange line in this episode. And I think they just did it because they wanted to name drop.
Mm-hmm.
But at one point, young Chakotay says that Captain Sulu is going to sponsor him. And I did the math. Hikaru Sulu would be 107 years old at this point in Star Trek.
That throwaway line threw me off too. I was like,
I thought it was weird. And then I thought, well, maybe they mean Demora Sulu. Maybe she's a captain by this point.
Oh, okay.
No, because they say he is going to do this. So I looked into it to see if there was any kind of official explanation. It's Hikaru Sulu's grandson is who they're talking about. But I don't think that was their intention whenever they wrote the episode. I think that they just wanted to name drop Sulu and just say, this will make the fans love us. Of course, the fans are like, excuse me, he'll be over 100 years old by this point.
This doesn't make any chronological sense.
Why not just say it's Captain Pike by this point? It'd make about as much sense.
Is it Captain April?
Do you think Paramount, who runs, they have a little crack team, and it's their job is to clean up canon? Because it's got to be, right? Nah, they do. That's what I'm. That's my head canon now.
Yeah, I see that.
They have a crack little team that goes around and tries to patch up canon mistakes in TV shows.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not even saying they're good at it, but I'm saying they attempt to.
I think that was Okuda, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was the one who always came up and was like, excuse me, Sulu would be 107 years old. And of course, Berman would slam the door in his face and you'd hear him on this, like, excuse me. That's what they need, though. They need some annoying nerd to sit in the corner of the writing room. And whenever they're hashing out stories, she's like, excuse me, this is not canonically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be willing to fill out an application, by the way, Paramount.
Yeah, me too.
I promise.
But I'm not
annoying, and I don't need a lot.
You want to apply for the job, Joe?
I'll take any job right now.
That's not me applying for the job. Fucking kidding me?
I had
Jason. I can see it though.
One bad run, One bad.
Oh, I think he's threatening Jason a rematch.
No.
We can facilitate that. I'm sure.
No. I would need 5 other nerds to take on Jason on that one. Let me tell you. That was tough. That was a brutal spanking by Mr. Gaston, and it got worse as it went along. So, yeah. All right, let's move on.
It took hardly any effort.
You really came alive at the end, though. I mean,
we did redeeming features kind of then, didn't we?
Yeah, we can do more. I have one redeeming feature.
Okay.
All right. So there was a guy that was responsible for the hawk. There was a trained hawk that they used in this episode. And I was like, this hawk is cool. And then I remember them saying, oh, that looks like a hawk from Earth. And it's like, it is a hawk from Earth. It's the same thing. Anyway, Alan Sims was responsible for the hired and trained hawk that would swoop down and attack Neelix, right? The fact that the bird was filmed on location became problematic during production. However, as the hawk did not do what it was required of it. Instead, recalled Alan Simmons, the hawk just spotted a crow and flew off in the opposite direction, and it took hours to find him. And the show was delayed because of the hawk. And yes, I know we're talking about redeeming features, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. That tidbit plus the hawk.
You're saying that the hawk chose to commit murder rather than being in this episode.
Yeah.
Probably,
well, it's a single crow, so it wouldn't have been a murder, though, would it?
No. We need a dad joke button.
No. All right.
Alert, dad alert.
No, not that either. Redeeming features are
VHS Jess.
Okay, here's a redeeming feature. In a season that's pretty bad. Season 2 is one of their worst, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is not the worst.
No.
So there you go. There's a redeeming feature.
That was a redeeming feature.
It's not a negative. It's not a negative.
It is.
I mean, that's all I got. I mean, I can go back and show the picture of Indiana Jones plus equals his dad. Now, I will say that's pretty accurate though. If you did an AI face match, that's pretty close.
Yeah, I think so.
That guy on the end though, I've seen him in so many other things.
Well, his name is Richard. No, never mind. That's the alien.
I thought you were going to have it for me. I was like,
I'm going to. Give me a second. Hold on. I just looked at the wrong person. Give me 1 second. Shut up. Give me a second. His name is Henry Darrow, and he does look very familiar. We have seen him in such things as The Hitcher, Maverick.
Yes.
He was in Just Shoot Me, The Bold and the Beautiful, Diagnosis Murder. So he's a big television actor.
Yes.
So that's probably where you've seen him. He's one of those actors where you don't know their names, but you're just like, oh, I know that guy. Passed away just a couple of years ago. He lived to the ripe old age of 87.
Oh, he did good.
Big bucket of win for him. Well done.
Somebody told him he was in Tattoo and he just couldn't take it.
I was in what?
I was in what? Wait, was that the one with the hawk that flew away and killed the crow rather than be in the episode? Oh my God.
What crow? All right.
Hey, can I ask a question? This may be a negative or a positive, but do you make this episode today? In today's thing, can you make this episode and make it work with the current world we live in? Is there a way to tell this story?
Yes.
By being respectful.
Yes.
Oh, respectful? Okay, yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is not, I mean, it kind of is, but the whole ancient aliens thing is that humans are stupid and we can't make anything unless aliens come down and teach us how to stack rocks. That's not true. And that's not what this episode is about. And this is kind of my redeeming feature in that it is not an aliens come down and help humanity build something. They just come down, they find a group of primitive humans, and they realize they share a respect for the land and the earth, and for the land and life with them, and they choose to genetically bond with them. You know, bone chicka wow wow, whatever you want to call it. And that's all they do. They just come down. They're like, "Hey, we like you guys. We like the way that you treat the earth and the animals on it. We're going to come back every couple of generations and check on you guys to see how you're doing. Oh, they're fine. Oh, they're fine. Oh, they're fine. Oh no, they're dead." and that was it. And I just thought, you know what? That's actually kind of a refreshing idea. We're not here to give them anything. We're not here to teach them anything. We just found them. We share values with them. We share a bond with them. And we just want to make sure that they're okay. And that's it. So yeah, I definitely think that this episode could be made today. I mean, definitely with more respect to indigenous customs, real indigenous customs. But yeah, I think easily it could have been made today because there is a lot about this episode that I did like, and I will say it right after this guy says what he was going to say.
Yeah, no, I was just about to say. So what we're really talking about is a visual thing. that's where this episode made it most egregious, because you're talking about the customs, the visual look of them. I mean, it's implied, isn't it? So if you were to change the wardrobe up, maybe a different approach to some of these lines, and maybe not having Robert Beltran would be a good idea.
Yeah.
Who does ham it up? But
Yeah,
I
he
stand by the fact he was given it a swing, like maybe like a really old lazy baseballer, but he was given.
He was naked.
Tried and no, he wasn't. That was a body double.
I was gonna say, but he didn't
He
have a
would've done
cloth butt cheek clinch like the other naked.
No, he
character.
wasn't clinching a butt cheek. No. I'm just gonna quickly talk about the other thing. There are some shots in this episode that are masterfully directed, because I remember whenever Chakotay and the Sky Spirit are speaking at one point, right after the Sky Spirit tells them what they were doing on Earth and everything, the Sky Spirit is speaking to Chakotay, and it's covering one half of the Sky Spirit's face with the back of Chakotay's head.
Yeah.
And whenever it would show Chakotay, half of his face was covered by the Sky Spirit's head. And they did that in a way where whenever the Sky Spirit was speaking, you saw the tattoo, and when Chakotay was speaking, you didn't see it. And I thought that is actually really smart, that the way they staged that. But then they make some dumb choices.
Oh, do they?
Now, the dumb choice to me is whenever they find the indigenous tribe in South America. They're like, yes, we're going to go find this lost tribe. We're going to go find this. Oh, look, there they are. They're people. Why do they have alien foreheads?
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
and not a one of them. I at least wanted to see, I wanted to see little Chakotay. I'm looking for his name, Douglas Spain. I just wanted to at least go, if they're human, why do they have alien foreheads? Quiet, Chakotay. It is their culture. I don't know the name of
too. They're all very pale.
I don't know the name of the actor. Here he is, Richard Chavez, who played the chief.
Yeah,
I remember him from the late '80s, early '90s War of the World TV series.
Oh wow,
I loved that TV show.
Sorry, the chief, like the dude on the thumbnail.
Yeah, that guy. That was I can't remember his name, but he played like the sergeant or the general who was always with the scientists. And like he got killed in the first episode of the second season. Then I'm like, I don't want to watch the show anymore.
Hey, by the way, the director was Alexander Singer for this episode.
Yes.
Who had worked with Stanley Kubrick before.
Oh, he's got some.
That's where some of the ideas for the camera shot may have come from. Everything else, well, he was drunk that day. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, that also came from Kubrick, probably.
Did anyone else, when they were in the desert and Tuvok was there, expect him to go, I ain't found shit?
Would have been great.
It would have been just like a Vulcan way. I have not found anything but excrement. You know what I mean? Like,
I would have at some point, if I'd been a writer on Voyager, I would have found any excuse to have the team have to go through like an alien latrine or something and just say, Tuvok, have you found anything? Captain, I regret to inform you that we have not located any excrement at this particular junction.
Yeah, there you go.
I
don't think at that point in his career, Tim Russ was going to let that happen.
No.
Now he'd be totally into it, but
maybe.
Oh, he's got a whole TikTok, YouTube, Instagram video about I've been a actor for over 40 years. I have appeared in Star Trek and many notable things, and the highlight of my career, the thing everyone reminds me that I do, and the thing everyone remembers me for is the line, "We ain't found shit."
Yes,
delivered in that fantastically droll Tim Russ way.
Yeah. All right. Well, are we spinning the wheel and then aftermath, right?
Yeah, I suppose we could spin the wheel. That sounds kind of right. Let's
spin the wheel of agony.
Let's do it.
Those big eyes.
Oh, beauty. This week.
Oh, is it just me, or is this wheel 178% more sexy?
Yes, you can see we have a slice of pie. It is Jason.
Yes, he is indeed a slice of
pie.
Now,
me and Joe had a discussion, and we were like, look, it should be somebody's choice. Yes,
all right,
we get it, Jason. We get it. All right. You can go and play with yourself later.
I fully intend to.
Oh, boy.
No, seriously, we had a chat about we should have a slice on the wheel where someone chooses. And the fact that I said, well, I've got no idea, and Joe quickly said, well, Jason seems to be the one who knows everything. That's what we got.
Yep.
So that's the reason Jason's on there, because he's a know-it-all.
Yes.
I just want to know where you got that picture
legitimately
from.
honest.
I genuinely want to know where you got that picture from, because I'm honestly trying to remember where that picture was taken, and I have no
That is
idea.
a mystery. I know exactly. Put it this way, I was there when that photo was taken.
Oh, okay. So it's a convention.
Oh,
not
okay.
necessarily, but it was a day in New York.
Oh, okay. There you go. Maybe that's when you guys were on the subway.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway,
all right.
Here we go. We've got the wheel. Is there anything anybody wants to land on?
I want to
no, Jason, don't say yourself.
I want to land on that beautiful, beautiful face.
I want to land on the thaw, because everybody keeps talking about that one.
Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens.
All right, here we go.
We're spinning the wheel. I wish.
There we go. Jason's going round and round and round.
Yeah. Here we go. We're going to stop in 3, 2, 1. Stop. Let he.
Oh God.
Who is without sin.
Oh no. While vacationing on Rysel, Worf and Dax meet up with a group of fundamentalist protesters who claim that the Federation has gone soft, because whenever you have a bad Deep Space Nine episode in an amazing season, you resort to stunt casting. Hey kids, it's Vanessa Williams.
Oh, wow.
Hey, what season is this, by the way?
Oh, this would have been the 5th season, I think. It was after Trials and Tribulations, I think.
Oh, wow.
Oh, My Figure Universe. Have you got the episode that you think should be suggested? Has you put that up yet, Joe? Find out.
Let me go in the chat here
and have a look. We need that episode, because that episode that you suggest, as long as we haven't done it before, that'll be the episode that replaces the Let He.
No, not yet.
Who is without sin. You haven't done it yet?
Not yet.
No, you send us to My Figure Universe, because you'll be the replacement. So back to Deep Space Nine, hey?
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Our old friend.
Is it? Will it be good? Will it be good? That episode blows. That episode.
Oh, we did Cogenitor. He just put it up.
Oh, Cogenitor.
I'll send it.
I love Cogenitor.
That was a good one. It was an ecstasy booth. That's the one we did with Sean Ferrick.
Yes.
Which I wish I could save me screwing up how to say Cogenitor.
Oh my God. That's the one where Worf hated going on vacation so much he became a terrorist.
Wow.
Yeah. I hate having fun so much I'm going to commit acts of domestic terrorism.
Wow. All right, let us hop into the aftermath.
We were just talking about you. Everybody hates you. Congratulations.
I never liked any of the Rise episodes. VHS Jace, what were you going to say?
Oh, no. Hey, look, let's go with that for the moment. You never liked any of the Rise episodes.
No.
Joe, I think I agree with you.
Yeah, the Rise episodes are always boring.
Not even Captain's Holiday?
No. There was the one where he got that little thing and he and the chick went off into space or whatever.
Vosh?
No, not me.
It's the one where he meets Vosh for the first time. That was awesome. I love that episode.
No, it wasn't. It was okay. But I do agree, mostly they suck.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if that's where Tawny Newsome puts the new TV show?
Oh my God.
It's on Risa. That would be hilarious.
No,
that means they're going to fix it. That's good.
Yeah. Well,
they're going to make it interesting.
I did read somewhere in a blurb or somebody posted, I don't know if it was real, but you got to believe things on the internet, right? But they were saying that the new Starfleet show, the comedy one, is going to be like a anthology series. So it's going to be like different episodes.
Well,
different eras of Trek.
Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, hopefully that. Yeah, that actually sounds really exciting. Hey, you know what? I've got to mention this too. I've been so anti Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, right? Because I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? But I gotta say, before, even though I was anti, I'm starting to get a little bit interested, because they had the cast come out this week, didn't they? Right. The cast photo come out. And we're starting to hear bits and pieces. And I think what's winning me over is the inclusion of Robert Picardo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that's made me go, oh, now this is interesting.
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti, I know that was everybody's. Oh my God, Paul Giamatti. But I got to say, I was a little bit disappointed to hear he's playing a villain for a season
Right.
because it means he won't be a regular.
Right.
And the other thing is, I just would have loved him to have been part of Starfleet in a role like chief engineer or, a captain himself. I just would have loved to have seen him do more than that, than playing a villain.
Well, maybe he's an admiral.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he's like the Rhino again. Who knows?
Oh, no.
Remember he played the Rhino.
No.
He would have made a great Ferengi.
He would have made a great Ferengi.
He would have.
Hell yeah.
Amazing Ferengi.
Maybe the bad guy's a Ferengi.
That would be interesting.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I will say the cast is pretty well rounded now. The fact that you're hearing things like these sets are the biggest sets ever built for,
right,
I think, television show in history,
right?
Especially even Star Trek. So it's going to be grand in scale.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm getting slowly turned around on it.
I'm excited for Holly Hunter's also in it. She's going to be an admiral. That's going to be fun. And Odette Fair is coming back, so that's exciting. Yep. A lot of Discovery alum.
Tilly's back, of course.
Tilly back, of course. We love Tilly and Janet Reno, Jet Reno, Tig Notaro.
Tig Notaro, like there. There you go. That's a name that draws me in.
Yeah,
just because of the way she plays that character in the show.
Yeah,
I just hope I hope she's like a regular character and not the recurring. You get her every 9 or 10 episodes character.
Well, there won't be 9 or 10 episodes. So.
Well,
to go back to Robert Picardo, though, what's your theory around how they're going to utilize him?
I think he's the guy that they base the hologram off of, and he's teaching how to build holograms.
How do you do that? It's the year 3000.
Yeah. So like maybe they have. Oh wow, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Like
I don't know. Now you threw me off. I forgot about it. We're waiting.
That gets transported.
Yeah, maybe he was stuck in a transporter buffer.
Well, we got a spare doctor out there that is 900 years in the future already, right? Because there's an episode called Living Witness in Voyager where the 900 years in the future, the backup program of the doctor is activated on an alien world who has this skewed view of Voyager, where they saw Voyager as like this warship, and he basically goes back and helps them correct the record. And it's a big episode. It's one of their best, actually, where it's an episode about truth and history and why it's important. The episode ends with this copy of the doctor getting his own ship and heading to Earth.
Oh, well,
same time.
It.
Well, then
same time period. Everything.
Well, then you've answered the question. That's exactly what they got to do.
Wow.
Either that or it's just the doctor. He's just been hanging around for 900 years.
And then wonder what way they'll kind of explain the age thing again, because that's a bit of a laugh thing now, isn't it?
I've updated my program.
Actors come back a lot older. They always have to come up with a reasoning, like we did with Picard season 2 and Q
and 3 with Q. Oh yeah, 2 with Q. Oh,
Oh, and Guinan. I always thought the Guinan explanation was so dumb. It was just, I just decided to age myself to make everyone feel more uncomfortable. You've never aged a day when I've known you, and now I am uncomfortable. Go back.
Revert.
I don't know. It could just be one of those. I updated my program. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. All your friends are dead.
Yeah. It would be amazing though if it was the doctor with all the experiences from Voyager.
Mm-hmm.
Like that memory at least of all the experiences.
I hope it is. I have a feeling it's probably going to be the doctor's copy, but I really want it to be the doctor. I want it to be him. I want him to have lived for the last 900 years, maybe be a former captain of the Voyager J, something. He's had this grand adventure, and now he's just going to, I'm going to teach for a few years. Are you retiring? Oh God, no, I'm going to live forever. I just want to teach for a few years.
No, wow.
I just want him to be arrogant and pompous.
Yeah.
Oh,
like even be more so because he's lived everything. So he knows more than anyone else, and he'll let you know it.
And he has chosen a name, and it's Doctor. He's Doctor.
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 All right, well, we're going to run into the comments really quick. We've got, I openly admit I refuse to rewatch this episode this week. See, told you. Ellie says she misses us all. We miss you. We'll be in touch soon. especially for Starfleet Academy. That'd be a lot of fun. I always like Cass. You reminded me of one of my first girlfriends. Aw. Yeah, I had
I
a
just
few.
think so much more could have been done with her. And whenever they say,
Yeah.
"Oh, we didn't have any
It's a
ideas," it's because you guys sucked as writers. That's why.
Yeah, that's what it is. It was down to they just didn't know what to do with her.
Yeah.
Because they had no imaginations.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think the writers wrote better stories for Chakotay? The actor would have done better. It feels like every one of his episodes is so bad. It's from sci-fi.
I don't think that Robert Beltran really cared to be on the show in the first place.
No.
And I think that his effort reflected his desire to be there.
Yeah. I agree.
I've seen many interviews with actors talking about the relationship they get with the writers' room, that it's a two-way street. You know, in the beginning, the writers are really in control, but by season 2, season 3, the actors and the writers are really working together on there. So I think it's more evidence that he was being disrespectful or disconnected or whatever he was doing. He didn't have the connection with the writers.
Yeah. I co-sign on that piece. I believe Robert Beltran would have given 110% if given better stories from My Figure Universe.
He is in the unfortunate situation of having an initial character that may have had an interesting element to him, but was never fleshed out properly.
Yep. Totally agree.
So, and they never figured him out.
Nope. Yeah. Cosmic Mom says, y'all love them fart sounds.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, me too. As strange as it is, the first time I had a long conversation with my mother-in-law, I brought this episode up. The guy that plays Chakotay's dad is one of her favorite actors. Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let her watch this episode. It will ruin her opinion of him.
Yeah, right. Will anyone be at Star Trek to New Jersey? Because I will be celebrating my birthday there. If everything works out and I'm gainfully employed, I'll be there.
Awesome.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in Australia right now.
Yeah, I just checked Paramount Plus here in the States. The episode Tattoo is available.
It's really weird, right?
Yeah.
Why did Australian Paramount Plus remove that? And the only thing I can think of is that Indigenous cultural subject matter in Australia is very, very sensitive because of our own struggles with our Indigenous culture, which is really disappointing. So that has to be the reason that somehow there's something in that may have been deemed offensive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody from Australia, figure it out for me. Let us know what's going on. It's weird.
Right. Voyager is free in Canadian Netflix. Got to get those VPNs, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's weird. I could watch it on Netflix, which has all the Star Trek shows on Netflix as well. So I could watch it on there, no problem. The episode was readily available. It was just on Paramount Plus here in Australia. Weird.
Interesting. I find it interesting that Chakotay and his dad traveled on Earth and still find this civilization that is not part of any modern technology. It is not believable.
I disagree. Earth is very, 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 very big. And I mean, it's unusual. You think that, everybody would have technology at this point, but would they really if they chose not to? I don't know. I kind of like the idea that even in the 24th century, there are uncontacted tribes.
That is kind of
cool.
I like the idea.
I don't want to speak for our Indigenous culture, and I won't, and I'm not, please. But it's been my observation that culture is very much would rather wind the clock back in regards to technology and live a simpler life. And, the fact of the matter is there's still some elements that do. So, maybe they don't reject. People want to reject technology. I mean, look at the hippies.
Yeah. I figured it's like Robert Beltran is in the room. That was all the that thing that you were like Robert Beltran is right here. The crew must have been pissed. I have seen how angry they can be. He's speaking from experience because he's a background actor. Y'all bring up a good point about saying Pike. I wonder if he ever has his children that could pass down the name, before the whole burning half his face and putting him in a wheelchair thing. Did he suck 3 children?
Well, I still struggle with this concept. Star Trek Strange New Worlds, we're not really, it's kind of a different canon now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a side universe. It's not.
Yeah,
it's kind of adjacent.
The temporal Cold
Yeah.
War keeps everything fluid. I like
Yeah.
that explanation. I think
Yeah,
that's the best thing they've ever come up with in New Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The temporal Cold War is why nothing looks the way it's supposed to. I'm with that.
And it means we actually get fresh storytelling because of that.
Yep.
So
Yes.
rather than
Yes.
they're boxed in, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Could have been worse. They could have sent a probe to talk to whales.
You shut your dirty mouth right now.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
I like that
That's
one.
pretty
I like
good.
that one.
I like that one.
Richard Chavez played Lieutenant Colonel Paul Ironhorse in
Iron
War of the
Horse,
Worlds.
yes.
Iron Horse. That was
Iron
his name.
Horse.
Iron Horse.
Good
That's
actor.
such a
He's
cool
a good
show. I
actor.
love
He's a
that
very
show.
good actor. Yeah, I already
Yeah.
know what the redeeming factor of "Let he who is without sin" is.
He's about to
Oh.
say something very sexist.
But he
Yeah.
dropped it on the
Go
cliffhanger
on, say
moment.
it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
Put it up.
All right.
Put it up.
Two words. Dax and a bit.
There we go. There it is. There it is. Well, he's not wrong. They are very
Yeah,
lovely.
he's not wrong there. Yeah,
Nah,
definitely.
that's
redeem-
great. The
We'll,
spot's
we'll
all the way
actually
down.
dedicate next week's redeeming features to My Figure Universe.
There you go. There you go. Just be different pictures.
And we'll
of
bring
her.
images. We'll bring
Yeah.
images.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Let he who is without sin. Brought to you by My Figure Universe. It was all his idea.
Yeah. Michael Chen better be an actor in Star Trek Academy. Yeah,
I
we agree.
would
Michael
love
with that.
Jen's
to
a very
see him
busy
there.
man, and we're
Yeah, he's
We're
Ooh.
extremely happy for him too.
oh, we are thrilled to see that
Yes.
guy, Michael Chan. He's a good guy. His career really humming at the moment. Well done.
Yeah.
And yes,
Yes.
I agree. He should be in everything, including
Yes.
Star Trek Academy.
He
Yeah.
should, yes.
Yeah. This should
I
be
could
a
not
lot.
be happier for anybody else in the world right now. Every time he posts something and if he's gotten a new job, I'm just like, you deserve it. You were just the coolest person.
Yeah. How long to hope? Maybe he'll be redeemed and become part of the crew next season. That's Paul Giamatti, his
Oh,
character.
That's
Yeah, I just
possible.
look, he's a great actor. You know, there's a movie out he did last year, and I watched it actually on the plane home from New
Mhm.
York. A movie called The Holdovers, and he is fantastic in
I've
that
heard good
movie.
things. I haven't seen it yet,
Oh,
but I've
it's
heard
so
very
good.
good things.
It's so good. Yeah.
We got some love for the cat. Melody
Of course
Jane
we
Jackson.
do.
Kitty.
Of course we do. Say hi, Murder Bean. Say hello. I will destroy you all.
Hey, just where's the food?
Yeah. Theoretically, it could be the doctor, and the backup doctor could show up at some point in time, and he was delayed getting back because of the burn.
Hey,
Possible.
I hope they have multiple doctors in it. He plays
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 different versions of the Doctor, and they all got to work together.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
That would be
That would be
amazing.
kind of. They could
The
call it the
episode's
five.
called-
They could call it the 5 Doctors and have the Doctor Who fandom get mad.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. That's amazing. I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of The Agony Booth. I've had such a great time with Jason and VHS Jace. I don't know what to say other than I hope you enjoyed yourself too, and that you'll like, share, and subscribe this episode with all your friends. And you will return with us next week to talk more Star Trek. Until next time, long and prosper.
Oh, I got to do that thing.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to do that thing.
And the
Good
cat
luck.
says,